story about One Direction. And their fans.
40,000 palms raised skywards.
It's like laughing back because it's like, oh, you're like 7.
If I believe they were the kind of people that the media has presented them as, I would not be a fan.
I liked artists before, but I wasn't the crazy fangirl type.
Don't believe everything you're told. Think for yourself. Enjoy what you do.
When you're a band as big as One Direction, the phenomenon of your success might seem like it comes out of nowhere. But One Direction started as 5 individuals auditioning for the biggest singing competition in the UK, the X Factor.
Well, actually one of my friends messaged me because she likes X Factor a lot, and I watched it a couple times, and she's like, have you seen this new, like, these couple of these cute little boys, you know, they came on. Just kind of got attached to it because they all sounded really good, and I was, you know, there since they were like started as a group and everything. I would watch it online since I can't get the UK X Factor over here, but yeah, so I started watching it online and watched them go through.
I think it was the looks. And then it wasn't really like a boy band at that time in that certain age group. You usually have like a favourite on the X Factor, and it was them for me.
How did you feel when they came third?
I blamed it on my mum because she didn't let me vote that night.
A lot of fans talk about the OT5, a derivative of the common fandom abbreviation OTP for One True Pairing, which we will come back to later, and how it was the interactions between the group that drew them in, and not just one member of the band. Over and over, it is repeated that it's the somewhat magical combination of Harry, Liam, Zayn, Louis, and Niall, and not just one member of the band.
I just think I enjoyed watching them as people because they seemed like they were having a lot of fun all the time, and they were just, you know, interesting to watch.
I was never really like into like bands or anything. Like I never was in any fandoms before that. I just like listened to music. I didn't really care about like the artists themselves. But they were just so like energetic, and like they just seemed to be having like the time of their life on the camera, like on X Factor, and like they were just so loud and funny, and like they just made like me happy.
But they were different, I think, in the way that they behave. Maybe some say that it's just European, I don't think so, but they are really touchy-feely with each other, and I thought that was kind of awesome that there wasn't like a discrimination against this, that this band was really getting famous while being really open.
Beyond their music, which has only recently begun to receive critical acclaim, fans have invested in the band because of the way the boys themselves are perceived. For many fans, the music barely entered the equation until their most recent albums, Midnight Memories and 4.
It was definitely the way that they interacted with one another, because the music was not something I was really keen on at first. I found that the way that they are with one another just completely unique from anything else that I've ever seen.
Like how much they like each other is probably one of the biggest appeals.
But before we go dismissing the music entirely, it's important to remember that this is a boy band, and a significant part of their appeal is catchy pop music with irresistible hooks and perfect sing-along lyrics.
There's a new episode of iCarly, guest stars One Direction. They just blast out their song, What Makes You Beautiful, and I'm like, I love this song, they're hot, let me go search them up, and I just see amazing.
I like really like the music. Like the music was like pretty good, and then like, well, they're cute too, so then like that, it was just
always
kind of
helps.
like, yeah, it was just kind of like an all-encompassing like package.
And then, of course, there's the combination: cute boys, catchy tunes, enjoyable yet silly music videos, and a certain something else in the mix of it all.
Oh, but they're adorable, and they're, you know, cute and funny, and, you know, and so I ended up like watching all the other videos. I was like, oh, well, okay, this is a thing that's happening now.
They're the boys you go to school with. They really, really are the boys I would have gone to school with, and I guess I identified with them more as a group. And it made it easier to connect with them as a group.
And then I kind of got like, who are those precious boys? So I basically just Googled them, and that's like the end of all things, basically, to do that.
So what does it all add up to? All of this fan investment translates to supporting the band in a variety of ways.
And I'll be sitting on my couch watching their videos, and I'm just smiling. I'll just start smiling.
I guess buying their music
going to concerts, supporting them, I guess, in what they do.
Well, I mean, when you spend a lot of your time like so involved with a boy band, you start to feel a little, this is my life, and
what if I become?
Yeah.
It makes us wonder, throughout these years, what are fans seeing in these boys?
I still think that they're the same boys who've been sitting on the staircase during X Factor.
But are they really? And how can we know what they're really like? Find out on the next episode of The Rest of Us. This is the story of the One Direction fandom, but it's not the story you've been told before.